5-time ranking event winner who reached the final of this season's Wuhan Open. Please welcome the captain, Ali Karter. And his opponent, the record breaker, former winner of this event, the 8-time UK and Masters champion and 7-time champion of the world, the Rocket's Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Sporting rivalries make the world go round. And I'll tell you what, there is no doubt this is a genuine rivalry, and that's what adds extra spice to what is already a very big match and a big occasion.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
A capacity crowd at Manchester Central as this best of 19 frame match gets underway.
Yeah, what an atmosphere, Phil. I'm really looking forward to this match. As you say, a bit of rivalry, a bit of spice added to this encounter. All the ingredients of a classic. A good start from Karter. Very good start. Ooh, he's on the black.
Don't blame both players in their pre-match interviews for playing their interpersonal relationship down. But as Neil Fold said in the studio, you can't deny there is edge.
And isn't it wonderful to have a packed audience in here as well, just to add to the atmosphere, queuing around the corner as we're coming in this afternoon. Look at that, not a seat to be had. This looks like a good line up behind the green here. Yeah, the black is slightly in his way to play off two cushions and into the back of the pack. He tries to play two cushion escape. Well, he's trying to go into the red, just to the left of the black. Well, that's not bad. We'll shout for that. And for all his brilliance at break building, Ronnie O'Sullivan, there's no doubt he's one of the best safety players and most knowledgeable snooker players on the circuit as well.
We saw the very lopsided head-to-head. It tells half the story. Quarterfinals, O'Sullivan's won all 3 against Karter. Deciders, he's won all 4. Overall, in their matches, he's won 155 frames to Carter's 90. Everything suggests he will win. But you must never underestimate the captain.
Yeah, totally agree. I think Ali Karter is having his best, one of his best seasons as a professional. Been very consistent. Playing good stuff, scoring very well. And there's a handful for anybody at the moment.
Surprisingly, this is only their second best of 19 frame match. Their first was in the Masters final recently. Karter led 6-3, lost 10-7.
So here's Ronnie's first chance at a long pot. Got to try and manoeuvre that cue ball through the gap of black and red. Back up for blue or ball colour. Long way away. Has he left it? Yeah, I think he has. This red cuts into the left centre.
One.
Karter playing with a new lease of life, especially after coming through last night against Barry Hawkins.
6.
He led 7-1 after the first session. Hawkins won the 17th frame after needing 2 snookers. You thought it was going to be an extraordinary outcome, but then Karter held firm in frame 18. And when you do that, Ken, as you've done on many occasions, been resolute, it really does boost the confidence.
11.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it was getting a bit nervy towards the end, but I think he held himself really well. And in a sort of a weird way, it'd probably be better for him, even coming through that sort of real test of character. That's something that he's been showing all this season. Oh, well. You can't be missing easy reds like that. Got himself into a wonderful position. Oh, well. That was a bolt from the blue. Wasn't expecting that.
One.
Well, has he run too far? Maybe not. Maybe just about on a colour here. Whether he's on the brown or the yellow, I'm not quite sure. It must be very close.
Conditions at this tournament have been excellent, and I think O'Sullivan will relish that.
4.
Over the course of his lengthy career, Ken, he's coped with poor conditions better than anyone, but when he gets onto a table like this where it's easy to generate spin and manoeuvre the cue ball, he can be magic.
Yeah, I think the conditions and the cloth has been, well, superb. Lovely and
9.
fast. Players are commending it. It's always a good sign. And conducive to good snooker. And hopefully some big breaks.
10.
He's looking at, well, a couple of reds there, you see, go into this right-hand corner pocket. He's just got to be careful with the cue ball. Small little window for each red. Now, can he get on the black? love to get that black back on its spot. Or indeed that red just to the right of the black,
16.
out of the way. Possibly you could get on the black here.
17.
This will make things a lot easier now for him.
24. 25.
Yeah, no need to go into that little
32.
pack of 4 reds there, because once he pots this red, the red to the left of it will be pottable into the opposite corner.
33.
He won't play any cannons, Ronnie, unless he has to. And just pick these reds off nicely.
$38.
Well, we may have a little angle there. You see, he's got the little angle now. These 2 reds aren't pottable, but he could play the red and go into the 2 reds and bring them into play. Delicate little shot. Oh, he's played it lovely. Great shot.
39.
Beautiful.
No one combines the two better. Visualization and execution.
46.
He knows exactly what he needs to do, and more often than not, he does it.
47.
He's got to play a little cannon here, just to open these reds. It's not too bad.
54. 55.
Quick glance at the score. I'll tell him he's 49 ahead this red.
61.
Put the frame beyond doubt.
62.
Very, very sharp already, RonnieO'Sullivan. Okay, he's had one miss long pot that let Ali Karter in, but once Ali Karter missed that easy red,
69.
well, he's developed this break beautifully.
70.
And here's this miss. I mean, this is unforgivable. When you get yourself into a good position like Ali did, but to miss that, well, you knew what was coming.
And he missed it by quite some way. Caught a
77.
lot of the jaw. It wasn't a marginal one that rattled.
RonnieO'Sullivan 77 and the frame.
No century from RonnieO'Sullivan, but more than sufficient for the Rocket to leave the launch pad. And it was the way it all transpired. Karter in first, missing a red. It was entirely straightforward. And of course for O'Sullivan, this kind of setting is second nature. He's appearing in his 143rd ranking event quarter-final, more than anyone else. Trying to make his 92nd semi-final. The numbers are mind-boggling.
Another example of RonnieO'Sullivan's excellent safety. Knew he was pushing that red towards that right corner, but knew he would have cover with the red just above it. He was trying to hide that cue ball right behind the green. Ali Karter I don't think there's an edge left of the pink back to baulk, so just got to be careful here. You see, you can't get to any of those reds. Could come up the left-hand side of the table, and there's a lot of traffic on the right-hand side of the table to avoid. So I don't think he'd be trying to come back to baulk here. He'd be trying to maybe play a containing safety shot down this end of the table. May play cushion first and hit the red that's near the pocket. Shot time over a minute. I don't blame him for that.
Table 2 might be overshadowed, but it's not going to be forgotten. I can tell you Gary Wilson has taken the opening frame from Zhang Gander. Tough pot that, but where he put the white was his get-out clause.
Mistake. Could play for pink or blue here. Blue it is.
1.
Yeah, a bit of work to do here. Not straightforward at all. Maybe play for one or two of these reds on the right-hand side of the table. Overscrewed that.
6.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal. I overscrewed the initial pot on the blue.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 6.
Yeah, here's the blue. We really just wanted to be just left of the blue spot. Well, you see he's overscrewed it by at least 6 or 8 inches. Now another chance for Karter.
One.
I think all players we've seen on this main table have fallen victim to the mistake O'Sullivan made there early on because the table is so reactive.
Three.
Yeah, played that pretty well and put the cue ball into an area where you'd have a possibility of a couple of reds. This red into the left centre, try and hold for the pink. Yeah, he's played that nicely. Nice little cannon on the pink. The problem now, though, pink will go on the green spot. won't be available to go on its own. Very difficult to make a frame win a break from here.
Ten. Ali Karter 10.
Undercutting the red just as he did when he missed that one in the first frame.
Yeah, hasn't settled yet. And Ronnie be picking up on signs. His opponent looks a little bit edgy. Oh, this is misplaced, but wow, he's got away with it. What a fluke.
1.
Total misplaced safety shot. But Lady Luck shined upon him.
Karter had one yesterday, didn't he, in the first session against Hawkins? But it won't be any consolation now, he'll be fuming in his chair.
RonnieO'Sullivan 1.
He's got to be careful here, Ali Karter. He's got to somehow try and block the path to these reds that are close to this corner pocket. Oh, well, that's not too bad. He'll settle for that.
If RonnieO'Sullivan's potting from distance is on point, you might as well go home. Okay, that's only one, but if it becomes a regular thing, he will be so tough to beat.
Yeah, and if there was one part of his game that wasn't up to the same high standards as the other parts, it's definitely his long potting. But as you say, Phil, if they're knocking him in, well, you're in trouble. Ali Karter's safety has got to be pinpoint. Not ideal.
9.
This will require good cueing, bridging off the cushion. Yeah, no problem.
10.
The quality of O'Sullivan's break building is normally pretty much the same
15.
week in, week out. When he's focused, so too his safety. As Ken said, the big variable is potting from distance.
16.
There, though, a rare positional error. He's second of the frame.
Yeah, just didn't get nice on that red, just overhit the previous shot. Didn't have a good angle. Was hoping to screw off the red. It was on the pink spot. Missed it. Oh, didn't want that kiss.
$18.
Looking on the bright side, Ken, he could easily have snookered himself there, so at least he's got some kind of escape route back to bulk. But he caught that grossly thin.
RonnieO'Sullivan, 18. Sure. One.
I was saying earlier just how reactive the table is, and there was the prime example. With very little effort, the cue ball just zipped back.
Five.
Just struggling a little bit positional wise at the moment. Needs another good pot here. Once again, a long way away.
Ali Karter, 5.
Has he got cover on the brown? He doesn't. So possible pot for RonnieO'Sullivan, but once again, not straightforward. This bit of traffic in the way. Yeah, not straightforward at all.
One of those frames, disjointed, scrappy. No player relishes, especially O'Sullivan.
Yeah, these type of frames are very important for Ali Karter. He's got to really compete with RonnieO'Sullivan, make it awkward for him if he's going to have a chance of trying to topple 7-time champion of the world. It's got to be winning frames like this. He's getting chances, but he's got to make the most of them. The game has gone a little bit scrappy. It may favour Karter a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more patient at RonnieO'Sullivan. He's got to compete. Chance, long pot. Yeah, that's better. Now how's the cue ball? Needs to bounce off this side cushion.
One.
Could have done with a little bit more. Little right smile. Could have been a bit better. Good pot though. And these two reds, just above the black, will pot into this left corner pocket. Oh, nice kiss. Well played.
Six.
The referee, Paul Collier, putting the blue back in a slightly awkward place for Karter, but he's just about got room, as you can see.
That rest head is very close to the blue. He's got to be careful. It was in his way all the time, putting them off. He was unlucky for the
Karter
cue ball to
6.
land there, in all fairness. But didn't expect him to miss the pot.
So far, look at the pot success rate. That will improve.
One.
Well, once
6.
again, overhit the cue ball, trying to get closer and a bit straighter on these reds. So it's not straightforward, this. Doesn't want to go into this second red while potting the first one. Yeah. It's gone very scrappy, and you see the frustration
RonnieO'Sullivan 6.
was boiling over. Players hate frames like this, you know. Can't get any rhythm. Ball's not in the spots. Reds everywhere in awkward positions. And once again, it's not straightforward here. That cue ball being so close to this left-hand side cushion. Could have been easier.
One.
You've got to constantly remind yourself as a player that these kind of frames count just as much as one where you blaze a trail with a century. Maybe even more.
Karter 1.
The standard, though, in frame 2 has been really poor.
One.
Well, this will be some shot, Phil. Trying to dislodge these two reds from the yellow. Deep screw. Try and make some sort of connection on them. Oh, it looks good. It looks very good. What a shot. Oh, he's so unlucky. So unlucky.
3. Touching ball.
Oh, that's not too bad. Just play away from this red and try and hide it behind the ball colour.
As the cue ball was coming up the table,
RonnieO'Sullivan
though,
3.
it seemed as though he'd judged hitting the join of the two reds perfectly, and they just didn't open, in keeping with the rest of the frame, which has been a real slog.
No attempt at the pot, but a big target behind green and pink. Have a look at this cue ball. Very, very good. He's in trouble here, Karter. It's very difficult to get this safe. It's not so difficult to hit a red, but to hit a red and keep it safe, well, that's where the difficulty lies. This might be a hit and hope here. Big swerve. Good hit, but I think he's left this red.
1.
Well, that kiss on the green mightn't be too bad. He's got a nice angle on the green. The angle is there to get down close to this red. The red may go into both corner pockets. It may go past that black into the right corner. Yeah, it does. It looks pretty good.
Four.
16 points in the lead. Got to play this dead weight. Oh, he's played it well. Excellent shot. Black and yellow required.
$12.
Yellow for the frame. Another long pot from O'Sullivan. No. Oh, has he got the cover? Has he got the cover on the green?
Well, in terms of being able to pot the yellow, the answer is yes. Karter cannot get through. The way the frames developed, though, you knew it wasn't going to be a clean kill.
Well, once again, he's got a bit of a target behind green and pink. He could play for this yellow down into this bottom left-hand corner pocket, but bring that cue ball back to somewhere where it is now. Same shot for Ronnie O'Sullivan. Yellow up the table, cue ball back behind green or pink. Looks good. It looks very, very good indeed. What a shot.
And remember, 24 adrift. Karter must make contact. While he ponders, let me tell you, Gary Wilson 2-0 up on Zhang Anda. Zhang left the green hanging in the jaws of its own pocket. Wilson cleared up to win the frame on the black.
Could swerve around the green here, but the problem is he's not going to get much separation between cue ball and yellow.
Foul.
Oh, it's no good.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 7.
No missed call because now, of course, Ali Karter needs a snooker.
He needs one 4-point penalty snooker and all the colours to force a re-spotted black. Two snookers needed.
Yep, thanks. Ronnie O'Sullivan 2 and the frame.
It's a frame that won't appear on any highlight reel, but that doesn't concern Ronnie O'Sullivan because he's doubled his lead. 2-0 up on his arch rival, Ali Karter. Nevertheless, he's 2-0 ahead.
Thank you. The third frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Sometimes you don't need to see a frame to realise how it's gone. Just look at the score sheet. 55-22, the score in frame 2. It took 28 minutes. You know from that it was scrappy.
Ali Karter needs to get a frame on the board very early, I feel. He really hasn't settled down into this match just yet. And of course, we all know what Ronnie O'Sullivan is like when he gets his nose in front of a couple of frames. No better front runner in the business. When you go a couple of frames down, these long pots become a little bit more difficult. He has a chance here, though. He could play for pink.
One.
Very unlucky. Just didn't go into the middle of the pocket. The red, had it done, may have actually got on the black into the same pocket, but just a deft little touch. Try to get the balls touching here if he can. If
Ali
not,
Karter 1.
that's all he could do.
Tomorrow will mark exactly 2 years since Ronnie O'Sullivan became world #1 for the 5th time. It's the lengthiest spell of the 5 he's had at the top of the rankings. But if he goes out of the tournament early and Judd Trump excels, there could be a change at the apex. So that's an extra incentive.
Oh, another mistake from Ali Karter. What is he left? Is there red available into that left centre pocket? Nothing straightforward. Could have been a lot worse for him.
Someone excitedly in the audience said, "Come on, Ron," before the ball had come to rest. Maybe the gentleman was right.
One.
What a pot.
Yeah, just beautiful control. Just digging it onto that side cushion, missing the red. Near that right side cushion and getting nicely on the pink. I'm worrying times now for Ali Karter. As I said, he hasn't
7.
settled down in this match at all. That missed red in the first frame has really
8.
sort of perturbed them.
$15. 16. 23. $24.
Yeah, lovely shot. Plenty of power just to move that red
31.
away and leave this one free. Play another little cannon on the red above. No, just missed it.
32.
There's nothing available, those 4 reds beneath the pink. 1 loose red to the right of the pink. That's what he's played for off 2 cushions.
$39. $40.
So now it'll be interesting. He has these 2 reds that'll be just under his arm as he's playing this black. But he could play a little cannon into the pack of reds. Well, it looks like he's playing for the 2 loose reds. But it's not completely
47.
ideal. Needed to get away from that cushion and be a bit straighter on this red.
$48.
Very good. Hitting down on the white like that. So easy to send the red wide. And now from here, really, 2-0 should become 3-0.
Yeah, that's what he had to do, is just
55.
make one little connection on one of those reds, and it opens up, well, all 4 reds there now.
56.
The 2 reds beneath the pink. The bottom one of those 2 will be available into the right corner. And another frame. He's gone begging. This
63.
red and the colour will be enough.
64.
Applause from both sides of
71.
this packed arena.
72.
Jagander has got his first frame on the board on table 2, 49-0 down. Wilson missed a thin cut black off its spot. Chang got in with an 85 clearance.
79.
On this table, though, it's one-way traffic.
80.
You won't need the red as close to the right-hand side cushion to make a century. Enough points with the 2 reds in the open play. I'm sure he
87.
would love to go on, keep his opponent in the chair and make it. Oh, such a shame. Such a shame.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 87.
Wasn't
And
it
the frame.
just? But an 87 break from O'Sullivan. Add that to his 77 in the first frame and a win on the yellow in the second. And he leads Ali Karter 3-0. But
The
it
fourth
is
frame.
a
Ali
race to
Karter
10.
break.
That said, Karter has to get moving.
What a pot.
1.
Oh, just gone. Trifle too far. If it stays on the balk line, the cue ball, as you can see, it's just gone beyond it. But if it's on the balk line, then he could have a go at
Ronnie
the green.
O'Sullivan, 1.
Once it goes that fraction below the balk line, well, not one that the players like to take on. Angle too acute. Oh, it's another mistake from Karter. He's making, well, elementary mistakes now.
He's smiling, but you know, he doesn't mean it. It's hurting.
One.
Yeah, really good shot.
8.
Power through the red. It was close to the black.
Nine.
Yeah, didn't get as close to the
Ronnie
black as he would have
O'Sullivan, 9.
liked. Now, what chance has he given Ali Karter? The red he's having a look at. It's possible to go up into the yellow pocket past the blue. Could play on the pink here. A little bit awkward, black slightly in the way. Pink or blue would be ideal. This goes in. Yeah, nicely played. Good pot. Now, Ali, you got a score from this position.
Nice break so far in the match for Karter. 11. You can't beat
7.
Sullivan with bits and pieces. You have to score heavily. You have to have quality table time. And you have to
8.
put him under pressure. That's what Karter must do here.
Yeah, just to let his opponent know that if he makes a mistake, that he's going to pounce. But so imperative for him here. Get a good split off this blue and win the frame one visit. Now, how's your luck? Always need a little luck when you go into the pack. He's got one red into the left centre, but it's far from
13.
easy. But it's a chance.
Ali Karter, 13.
On these tables, when a ball is heading towards the near jaw of a middle pocket, you know it won't drop. The red didn't drop for Karter. Just wondering, well, will his head start to drop? It's still early in the piece, of course. It is a two-session, lengthy match.
6.
But as Ken said, as a front runner, O'Sullivan is formidable.
7.
He has lost big leads, of course, but not very often.
Ten. $11.
Now, does he play for the loose red, or does he go into the pack? A little triumvirate of reds. He's played for the loose red.
16.
They play for black here.
17.
Well, it looks a little bit straight on this red.
24.
Not much room. Maybe able to force an angle.
25.
It's pretty good. Now a nice angle on the pink. Open up these three reds. It's okay. He's got a red to the right centre. 28-point lead. Quick glance at the scoreboard.
31.
And it's another frame fail that
32.
Ali Karter had a chance. Missed it. And in the blink of an eye, another frame in the bag for O'Sullivan.
Yes, because the
38.
two awkward reds near the side cushion, they're diluting any
39.
jeopardy. Doesn't need them. It all started with Carter's
46.
missed red out of nowhere early in the first frame. And he's never recovered.
47. $54.
Yeah, quick glance at the score. 51 ahead, only 43 remaining.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 54. And the frame.
It's not been vintage from O'Sullivan. Pretty good, but not vintage. Even so, he leads Ali Karter 4-0.
7-1 up to Barry Hawkins in the end. It was a real struggle. And O'Sullivan has played as well as he's had to take this 4-0 lead.
Yeah, disappointing performance from Ali Karter so far, because I think I said yesterday when I was commentating on his match that there's not many in the game that really fancy putting it up to O'Sullivan on the table. I think he's definitely one that's up for it, the challenge, but he just hasn't turned up today.
Touching ball.
When you play these multi-session matches, a lot of time damage limitation comes into the equation. Karter, he'd pretty much be resigned to the fact he's going to be behind going into tonight's session, but can he limit that deficit? Could be a big difference between 5-3 rather than 6-2. Even 6-2 rather than 7-1 could be a difference. But really important little session this for Ali Karter. Any ambitions of winning this match?
Touching ball.
Sullivan, of course, won the first staging of this title in 2019, beating Neil Robertson in the final, but the match at the tournament was that semi-final against Trump, 10-9 on the last ball. And Llandudno hasn't qualified for all of them. I mean, obviously it's tough to get in, but he's second on the one-year list this season, despite, of course, not having played in everything.
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Wasn't the worst result for Ali Karter there going in off. It'd be much worse if the cue ball had rattled in the jaws of that pocket and stayed down this end of the table. It's only cost him 4 points. But let's see what Ronnie can do with his safety. Hand on the table, can manoeuvre that cue ball. Never plays a safety shot playing ball. Only if he's tight against the baulk cushion, you can't impart side, but any other shot, there's always some sort of manipulation of the cue ball to create the angles.
Yeah, Karter just finding it hard to get in, not being left easy starters. Although in that second frame, both players were a lot of chances. Sullivan playing very disciplined snooker here.
Brilliant safety shot, Ali Karter. You see, Ronnie can't put any side on this one, tight in the baulk cushion. But it's so difficult to gain an advantage. Well, certainly when your opponent is like that. And it really does test every facet of your game, Ronnie O'Sullivan. And if he's getting the run of the ball as well, that's pretty difficult to beat. Wouldn't be surprised if Ali Karter missed the reds altogether here. Last thing you want to do is go thick on these reds.
Foul. And a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 6. Back. Give me the pink and the red, please, Leo.
Well, Paul Collins obviously going to have to get these back pink first.
About quarter ball that way.
This way.
Leo
Away
Scully on
from
the
you.
marker's desk.
No, sorry, this way. Yeah, back. Bit more. Bit more. Just a bit more towards me.
Towards you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's okay. About quarter ball towards the pink. Touch more. Touch more. That's fine.
Yep.
Let me just check the pink, Paul. The pink needs to come back just a bit more. Yeah, a wee bit more, just a touch more. It's more in level with the. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm all right with the cue ball.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Ronnie? Thanks. Cheers.
Not Ronnie's best bit of cueing, I think you'd agree. A lot of movement there, cued right across it. And Ali Karter's score was excellent yesterday in the first part of the match. To go 7-1 in front of Barry Hawkins. Needs to get that going again. Not the easiest table. Pink and black, both out of commission. Blue's not even on its spot. So just when you want an easy visit to the table, he's not got it. Potting this red will help.
3.
Now you can't avoid the cannon on the pink in potting it, so perfect position here, not guaranteed. Yes, high break. 13 up to now. He's just not been able to get scoring at all today.
Blue ball.
Oh dear, well, not the best
Karter
shot at the end either. Yeah, it's a bit of a test of his discipline, this match at the moment. You always think with long matches, obviously there's more time for it to turn round, but equally you can get increasingly demoralised the more that goes wrong.
Yeah, there's always obviously there's a dynamic between these two players. to put it mildly, after what happened at the Masters. And I don't know whether that's maybe affecting Ali today. Not sure. You could argue that it might be affecting him anyway, but he hasn't played at his best and he's nowhere near it. Certainly hasn't lived up to the billing so far.
There was a big cheer there. That was for Gary Wilson, who potted the final black of frame 4 to take a 3-1 interval lead over Zhang Anda on table 2.
Another excellent safety shot, 88% in the safety department, Ronnie O'Sullivan. That's top drawer. Ronnie playing that with his left-hand side. Wanted the cue ball over the right-hand side of the table as we look to block that left side. Try and stop Ali Karter with an easy route back to balk. He's played good, solid safety, Ali Karter. The one telling safety he played when he had Ronnie tighten the baulk cushion, Ronnie fluked to snooker. So it's all a bit of a struggle at the moment. Just needs to keep patient, keep competing in this department, try and force something. At the moment it's very comfortable for Ronnie O'Sullivan at 4-0 ahead. Under no pressure whatsoever. And yeah, little things like that just demoralises you.
Yeah, and the danger is you just start to think, well, nothing's going to go my way. And at the moment, it's not.
Wow. Ali Karter 4.
Well, yeah, yeah, the loud groan there. It's one area today, 33% long potting. I mean, I know he did pot it, but he followed it in with the cue ball.
It was a strange shot, that, because you needed to screw back or just stun. You'd have the black to left middle, but he seemed to play a stun run through Ronnie. But he's been put straight back in from his opponent. At this point in time, Ali Karter's gone. He needs to get something from this little mini session to have any chance tonight.
Yeah, it's a bad sign, isn't it? Because we've had the interval. It's not like that's coming up next. You know, they're there till they've played 8 frames, and it could be a bit of a landslide. He still needs potting, though. The white's finished close to the side cushion. A few people moving because it's the interval on the other side, so they're in his eye line, taking their seats.
I'll have a word with him. Okay.
So this is a real chance to take
7.
an even firmer grip of this match and, of course, guarantee a lead coming back tonight.
Eight.
It is an interesting rivalry because it's certainly an intense one. It's quite a personal one, but you look at the head-to-head, it's 18-1 to O'Sullivan, so it's almost like Karter maybe sometimes is too intense against him.
15. $16.
Well,
Ronnie
that's
O'Sullivan,
worth logging,
60.
I think, that miss, because if it starts to turn round, this is where it begins. Missing that pink unexpectedly. Ali Karter absolutely now has to get himself together here. This chance may not have come.
One.
Yeah, this is exactly what he needed. Good few reds all around the black spot. Black in the open, pink in the open. You feel this is a huge visit to the table for Ali Karter in this match. Doesn't convert here. No, you fear the worst. He's got to realise the opponent's not playing that well either. I mean, Ronnie's
16.
pop success, 86%. We're so used to seeing it in the mid-90s.
17. $24. 25. $32. 33. $40. 41.
Yeah, there's only one red out of the three that he's playing for here. The one closest to right corner. Doubt whether he played for the one in the black cushion. Doesn't want to go behind that pink though, wants the cue ball to stop.
44.
Take care here. Just doesn't want to get down. He's done well there to stop himself because he was ready just to hit the cue ball. A decent lead in this frame. So a good safety shot.
Ali Karter, 44.
He wasn't unlucky to sneak himself down the pink. There was plenty of room to get on the red. Just the edge of the yellow is stopping Ali Karter getting through to pot this red. An excellent safety shot again by RonnieO'Sullivan. That's been his, well, it's been the strongest part of his game, you'd have to say, this afternoon, his safety play. Really put Ali Karter in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, if O'Sullivan's prepared to play that game, he can play it as well as anyone. Just having the patience to do it.
Foul. And a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4.
Couldn't have gone worse, could it? It's one thing to hit the yellow, but then the cue ball comes right back down towards the reds.
One.
So this red along the black cushion after this
8.
one is going to be the deciding factor, I think, in this frame.
9.
Yellow's not in its spot, but I don't think it provides too much of a hindrance to Ronnie.
$16. 17.
Not the position the black he wanted. This is thinner, and then it'll be comfortable. It's more difficult to get the desired position on the yellow. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
24.
Controlled that so well.
$26.
This will really hurt Ali Karter if he loses this frame. It's really hard to see how he can come back from this. What a chance he had when he was in. It's going to take real strength of character
29.
and his temperament to get back into this match.
Yeah, because whatever mistakes O'Sullivan is making,
33.
he's not being punished. He missed that pink, didn't he, out of nowhere? That was the chance Karter had, and then Snooker himself on the intended red. So O'Sullivan halfway to victory, guaranteed a lead coming back tonight. The question now, how many? Something's going to have to happen soon for this to turn around. Karter has got to get in, he's got to stay in, he's got to try and produce the snooker he did yesterday afternoon when he was superb.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 51 and the frame.
But he's really struggling here today, and Ronnie O'Sullivan, roared on by this full house, has opened a 5-0 lead.
Thank you, the 6th frame. Ali Karter to break.
Delightful. What a delightful shot. Just piling on the misery here.
Yeah, what happens is you realise your opponent is basically not turned up and is kind of getting weaker and weaker with every frame, and it just makes you feel more and more relaxed. Ronnie can afford to take those reds on quite freely, being 5-0 up.
8. Nine.
Above everything else that he's so good at, his temperament now, his match temperament is incredible. I mean, his last visit to the table in the previous frame, he missed the easiest pink into the middle. And when he's given the chance to clear up the last 3 reds, he does it. Because he's already got rid of the miss out of his mind and is ready for the next chance at the table.
16.
And what that does is give you the confidence in the next frame to just float that long red in.
17.
Can't avoid the cue ball going into the bunch of reds here, so just got to judge the cannon. Sometimes you go near that left middle pocket. And I judged it nicely.
25.
What was the one thing missing from his performance so far this afternoon is a century break. He's got the balls exactly where he wants them to do that now.
$30. 31.
Yeah, it's been a remarkable season for him.
38.
Not played in every tournament, but when he does, invariably he seems to win the trophy.
39.
Because he's won an 8th UK and 8th Masters. He won the new event in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Shanghai Masters, World Grand Prix as well. He already earned 1.1 million in prize money before this event.
46.
With this and the World Championship to go.
47. $54. 55.
Another stunning shot.
62.
To play that shot, you've got to strike the cue ball absolutely perfectly.
63.
Screwing off the cushion. The wrong angle in the black, but getting enough right-hand side on the reaction of the cushion.
Well, as you see, this is frame ball. Still 75 points on the high break so far.
71.
He's 1 through 8. Tom 4.
Yeah, 4.5 minutes. That frame-winning ball came in. Now, unfortunately, it still looks like no century break, unless he can slot this one
78.
down the cush.
Well, the frame was over, but that kind of sums up the day, really, doesn't it? Ali Karter just having to take it, having to take this punishment. Audience loving it as well, that's the thing. They've been queuing
81.
several hours before play began to see this from this man. So the break ends at 81. First chance he got, knocked it
O'Sullivan 81 and the frame.
overhead from Ali Karter as another frame slips by, and O'Sullivan powers into a 6-0 lead.
The 7th frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
O'Sullivan's had breaks of 77, 87, 54, 51, 81. Carter's best effort of 44. That was his chance, really, in that 5th frame to just get his teeth into the match, but he ended up just snooking himself on the intended red to right corner. And then O'Sullivan played a very good safety. From there he won the frame, and now he's motored on.
Yeah, it's... You kind of worry how, say Ali Karter was to lose this match, 10-1. Gone for a bid 10-0. Something like that. I wonder how that affects his World Championship bid, because it really would be a huge psychological blow. Take a bit of getting over, because he's been playing so well. Yeah, in my opinion, this match is already over, but Karter has any chance, you think he has to win these last 2 frames. But difficult to do from your chair.
Seven. $12. 13.
You can sense a change in focus in O'Sullivan since that frame where he made the great clearance with the last 3 reds. As I said, missed the easy pink in the middle. And that was Alan
18.
Carter's chance to get into this match, but since then, making that clearance, he just looks a different animal to me. It's like, you know, you can smell blood out there.
19.
Get your opponent where you want him.
Yeah, and this one shot, powering the cue ball through the reds, has opened everything up. Looking ominous again.
$26. $27.
Yeah, talking about that change of attitude, it's a great feeling as a snooker player when you know you've finally broken your opponent. You know, the first 4 frames
33.
were, you know, they were scrappy enough, but now it's just total dominance by O'Sullivan. He knows inside he's won this match. It's a great feeling. You can just relax and play your best snooker.
40. $41. $47. 48.
It's amazing. It doesn't really look like he's walking that fast around the table. He's still at 17 seconds average shot time. And that's purely because the cue ball control is so good.
55.
It's pretty much always in perfect position. He doesn't really have to think a lot because everything's automatic.
56.
Just going to say that. He'll lose position.
Well, 56 in front, 75 on, so this blue needs to go. Middle of the pocket.
$61. 62.
Well, he was certainly in control, of course, at 4-0, but it's now become an onslaught, the way he's winning the frames. One visit, queuing like a dream. Already a snooker needed here, but there's no way
69.
back in this frame, and there's surely no way back in the match now.
70.
Yeah, I suppose it's almost like a boxing match. You spend the first few rounds just jabbing away, and then you know your opponent's weak, and then you just the killer blow.
77. The long handle spider or just the... Yeah. Okay. No, this one's there now. Oh, it's extended spider. Yeah. Do you want that one?
Just a bit of a mix-up about what he actually asked for. So he's offered a lot of different things there. I think Ali Karter would prefer if his cue was just taken off him.
78.
Yeah, it's some viewing for the audience.
86. $92.
Well, it's a shame again not to see the century. I think he's disappointed as well. But 92, just piling on the misery for Ali Karter. With one frame to play this afternoon, Ronnie O'Sullivan extends his lead to 7-0. I mean, it's highly likely it's going to be a heavy defeat for Karter, but he does not want it to be a whitewash. That is very scarring, you must feel, in a match and a tournament of this importance. Well, that clearly felt good, but just didn't quite land in the pocket. Hit it well.
One. Six. 7. 14. 15.
Yeah, the black just wriggled home. But it went in at least.
22.
Had a great season. In general, he's played terrific snooker during the campaign, including yesterday. I know it got sticky at the end, but in the afternoon he was superb.
$23.
Just trying to at least finish the afternoon on some sort of high with a frame-winning break.
30. $31.
Yeah, hit that one nicely.
38. Time. 39.
Well, this black will be for his highest break of the day, but obviously wanted to continue and nail this frame.
$46. $47.
Nice. He struck that so well, but
54.
he's gone too far with the cue ball. This red should have been unmissable. It is missable now. Puff of the cheeks. Been a long afternoon for Ali Karter. Can he salvage something from it?
$60. $61.
Thing is, I think he always genuinely feels he can beat O'Sullivan. He doesn't come in intimidated. He's not that sort of character, but made a poor start. Things got worse. O'Sullivan got better. However, if he can pop this red,
68.
then he should have won a frame at least, and he won't be whitewashed. Yes, every credit to Ali Karter.
69.
It's been a very difficult afternoon for him, but he's found something at least in the last of the afternoon. He needs to start like this, of course, tonight to put any pressure on.
74.
Yeah, we usually say to
75.
come back from a deficit like this, you need help from your opponent as well as you playing perfect snooker, but I don't think he'll get much help from his opponent. Best front runner in the game. It's ironic. Ali Karter was to make the only century break of the
82.
afternoon.
$83. $90.
Yeah, I mean, he could actually
91.
set the tournament high break here. Seems strange, bearing in mind what's happened.
$98.
Karter renowned for his
99.
tenacity, and he's shown a bit here. So despite everything, Ali Karter, to his credit, ends the afternoon with a century.
106.
He hasn't missed in this frame, and that is what he needs to continue to do tonight.
107.
So there's a 141 on. As I said earlier, the high break so far, 138. Tom Ford, 10,000 to whoever ends the week on top of that high breaks list.
114. 116. 119. 123. 128.
Well, it's still a big task, of course, at 7-1, but at least he's put together this excellent break.
134.
The black for a total clearance of 141 from the captain. Yeah,
141 on the frame,
Karter, but it's been Ronnie O'Sullivan's afternoon. He led 4-0 at the interval, won a big fifth frame, put together two dazzling frames for 7-0. Ali Karter finally has some sort of foothold coming back tonight, trailing 7-1.
But if O'Sullivan were to lose from 7-1 up, that would be even stranger than normal. Almost, Neil, unthinkable.
Yeah, I suppose if Ali Karter goes back 24 hours and remembers that he was 7-1 up and he scraped home, if you like, against Barry Hawkins, but it's not Barry Hawkins sitting in that chair. He did finish really well. That 141 was a tremendous piece of character there, I thought, to leave the session on a high, and otherwise nightmarish afternoon. He pulled it out of the wreckage with that frame at least. What that will mean in the context of anything but the high break prize remains to be seen. O'Sullivan definitely grew in strength as the 8-frame session went on. From the mid-session, he was quite devastating for a burst of 5 and an 8-minute frame. Good opening red. The crowd will be a bit torn tonight because they always like to see as much Snooker as they can and as much O'Sullivan as they can, and that might involve him losing some frames early, strangely.
Eight. Nine.
Propelling Karter will be pride.
16. 17. 24.
Well, he's had some mixed fortunes going into the bunch. He might not try here. Might play on the loose red, but a couple of times yesterday and today, the balls have split, but not necessarily in the way positionally he wanted. But with his next colour, he'll have to go into them.
30. 31.
Well, he's got quite a straight angle here. He might have to play the one cushion, right-hand side cushion, into them, unless there's a plant which is turned up. And of course, it's very hard to get the cue speed on this shot, get that cue ball motoring into the bunch of reds. I think it's the way he's going to have to play it. It's just a difficult shot. He was even straighter than the natural angle to go in off one cushion.
36.
And the break.
Ali Karter, 36.
As Neil said, trying to manufacture an angle, but sometimes even for the very best, it's an impossibility. With the notable exception of his 141, Karter, this afternoon his highest break was a mere 44. That will not get the job done against many people, let alone O'Sullivan.
That was a really nice safety shot, in fact. It was a feature of his win yesterday, especially in that afternoon session. Got to be absolutely watertight this evening to have any chance of a comeback. And that was a start. Yeah, he's not happy with that. He let out a sigh before it even hit the second cushion. He knew that he'd taken the keeper too narrowly. Not the kind of mistake you would expect someone like O'Sullivan to make.
1. Seven. Eight. $14. 15.
More to do. Still 83 points left on the table for O'Sullivan if he got back to the table soon. Just desperately looking for
22.
a follow-up red. Does that red go to left middle? It looks a bit tight. Don't think it does. No, no way. Up into the yellow pocket, this one.
All net, as they say in basketball. No jaw involved. And now from here, Karter looks set to do what he had to do. Win the first.
28. $29.
Well, this is more in keeping with his overall form this season. That's why he's here. That's why he won yesterday.
$35. 36.
Certainly pink to middle might now be his option. Probably played on the black initially.
$42. 43.
After losing the first 7 frames of the match, it's 2 on the trot,
49.
either side of the hiatus between sessions
50.
for Karter. And both of them 1-0.
56. 57.
Yeah, no century possible this time. Red and the black here means he can make
63.
as many as 98.
64.
One less now taking the pink, but no century. But as you say, he's closed O'Sullivan out in 2 consecutive frames now.
$70. Ali Karter 70 and the frame.
Assisted by breaks of 36 and 70. Ali Karter falls one back, but O'Sullivan remains firmly in the driver's seat. Over the
Frame 10.
course of a whole
Ali Karter
day,
to break.
Ronnie O'Sullivan led 7-0 in this one. But he's drawn a blank in the last couple of frames. Not bothered the scorers, as they say.
One.
The mini drought emphatically broken.
Yes, as is so often the case these days, the break-off not proving to be a great advantage to whoever it is who is breaking off. Leaving that red on, and I think the general standard of long potting now has never been higher. Almost like a penalty kick for certain players, those sort of shots that Ronnie knocked in.
6. $13. 14. 21.
Never been a better break builder than O'Sullivan. Just the little nudges and kisses, but he will be looking to get more reds open than are currently available. First opportunity. Getting on this low red with a slight angle might just nudge other reds, but
29.
there's not much to play with there. The red's
30.
barely moved. And the bottom of the pack are quite flat here. Not a certainty to open them. Just had that look about it when they were not going to move much, so now they almost
37.
recovery shot up the table, the red.
He knocked in a sublime blue this afternoon when he was flowing. This, though, takes all the cueing. Nowhere near.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 37.
He screwed back a long way there, didn't he? I mean, if he could just been able to play it like it was a blue and get on a red, of course he would have had no problem, but he had to do a lot more with the cue ball to get onto his next colour. A bit more effort had to go into the shot than usual.
One.
Much too early to say that was a moment in this whole match, in the context of the match. But it would help if he could make a few here. Can he get through to the red? It was a little bit at close quarters, doesn't it? Ideally, you'd like to play a run-through shot, but the push shot then certainly comes into the equation. Yeah, that's the only way he can play it. So a lot depends on his next colour.
Yeah, just difficult enough to be a real pressure ball, this. Test pass with flying colours right into the heart of the pocket.
16. $17.
He's a pugnacious sort, is Karter. This is just the kind of
22.
stubborn resilience in the face of adversity you'd expect from him.
23.
He got a lot of screwback on that. Perhaps more
30.
than he intended or thought he'd get. Just means his next red is slightly tricky. No, that's nice. He's lost the cue ball a
31.
fraction. May have felt he was going to nudge the red that was next to the red he played. So he's just drifting slightly out of position in this break now.
The modern pros know to play that shot so well. They consistently find the gap between ball colours.
Yeah, he's still chasing it though a little. Another not so easy shot to follow. In the end, he felt that something was going to give in that break.
Ali Karter,
He got
38.
nowhere near the red.
One. Three.
He will need all the reds.
Four.
Yeah, so I guess the right-hand red is the one that he might struggle with, but even then, his ability to play left-handed shots, he could
11.
lean across perhaps and play it.
12.
Might be able to get in behind it to play it into opposite pockets. And there was a shot that was worth seeing if you were a player learning the game,
19.
learning break building. That gave him the option between either red.
20.
Looks like he's going to screw him behind this red now from that angle. One of those occasions where you don't mind being on the cushion. It's kind of what he wanted, to be straight enough on the red. Needs a colour with it.
Did nothing outlandish with the cue ball off the last red, but he knocked in the black nevertheless.
$37.
Carter's rearguard action was brief.
40.
Yes, he had his chance in this frame. It was a good chance. But as we said at the time, he's just drifting out of position.
44.
He had to play one good shot to just get it all back. Couldn't quite do it.
$49.
Full house, and now some exhibition stuff.
55. RonnieO'Sullivan, 62 on the
normally
frame.
wins frames in one visit. When you give him two chances, it's lights out. 8-2. RonnieO'Sullivan forging towards a victory. 8-2 ahead.
RonnieO'Sullivan to break.
On the other table, by the way, quickly, let me tell you, Mark Allen and Ding Junhui have shared the first two frames. Allen winning the first with a century after Ding missed a straightforward red. But there are no such mistakes from the Chinese number one, or certainly the most famous Chinese player ever in the second frame. There's Queenie Lou, the referee, just re-racking the balls. Good stuff there so far. Karter can't afford for O'Sullivan to get within one. Has to try and hold the rocket a couple of frames away. And even then, it would be such a difficult task.
a very good shot.
One.
He was a little concerned that the cue ball was not going to get round the angles because he wasn't certain the pot would go in. Beautiful striking. Beautiful zipped around. Back into bolt. Shame that he's queuing over a ball, actually. Deserved better. Yeah, look at the couple of reds. I don't think they're a plant to the right corner. Not dead on. Clearly the one below it goes.
5.
Well, maybe he can make it into a plant. His left jaw on that. Managed to straighten it.
6.
Cue ball probably shouldn't have finished there. Makes it an awkward shot now.
Yes, and losing the cue ball in the previous frame was the start of his downfall.
Well, it was a poor shot because from a plant that he thought was on, he's not even taking the black on, so be very annoyed to finish
Karter,
out of position.
A weak safety shot, that one, in both senses of the word. The cue ball getting nowhere near up to the baulk line even.
One.
Well, he's taking on the big shot, the blue. He's going to have to be cued well. It's almost dead straight.
Foul. Karter
Well,
1,
left?
RonnieO'Sullivan 5.
I think he might have got away with this. I don't know if the red cuts to the middle. Some mutterings from Karter. I mean, the blue going into the bunch should be terrible news as well as the red going in. Can he cut this in? It was very thin. Well, that was also lucky. The last two shots, both players have got away with one there.
Foul. And a miss.
Oh, goodness.
RonnieO'Sullivan
He's
5.
playing with a trace of left-hand side. It's check side. And, well, any good news, I'm sure, is not going to be called a miss because that would take about a week to put those back.
It's poor Collier, Neil. He'd only take 5 days. All rather ironic, that. Karter made a terrible mistake initially, put the blue safe, and then with his next mistake, he opened it up and opened up the entire table.
7. $12. $13.
Yes, the table is not perfect with regards to where the reds are. You feel that he could build a pretty substantial lead when the more difficult reds come into play.
19. 20.
As you're going to play on this red down the cushion. It's the obvious shot to play, but very often certain players do not wish to play this shot, but he's got the cue ball almost exactly where you want it, where you can roll it in,
27.
bounce it up for the black. The cue ball is in a prime place. No
28.
problem.
That was sweet, wasn't it? Played so brilliantly to win the Riyadh Season World Masters of Snooker in Saudi Arabia
35.
recently, and one of the key ingredients to that success, he's potting
36.
across the top cushion at times. Could hardly have been any better.
$41.
We highlight the strengths, Neil, but really, what are the weaknesses? Nothing I can see.
I think sometimes motivation might be a weakness, but I don't think against playing Ali Karter there's a lack of motivation. They both would have been up for this match in their own way. Certainly has done well in the very big events this season.
And again, in his
48.
smooth, seemingly inevitable way, O'Sullivan's arrived at frame ball again.
49.
Yeah, it's not quite as stylish a frame as some of the others, but he's got there in the end. There were
54.
a couple of mistakes made mid-frame.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 54, and the frame.
Ali Karter remains seated. Ronnie O'Sullivan within a frame of victory pre-interval. Not the nicest thing to go into an interval needing one frame. You're just pacing around, trying to tick off the moments until you can get back out there and complete the job. The score now, by the way, is exactly the same as it was the first time these two played. In the first round of the UK Championship in 2001, O'Sullivan won that one 9-2. Handed out plenty of punishment to Karter ever since. 18-8, final of the World Championship in 2008. 18-11, the final at the Crucible 4 years later.
Now, of course, the red above the black is definitely going to be moved here. It's a question of how he can get the cue ball away from that red onto something. It's not too bad. I mean, if the red goes to the middle, it's the first he's known of it. Looks like it pretty tight to me. It's going to take the one that takes him into the bunch again. Once again, cue ball going awkwardly. So now it's going to finish anywhere any good. How about that?
9.
Bringing the pink into play. Delightful.
He's done a lot today, O'Sullivan. The one thing he hasn't done is make a century. The stands here are full. Are we going to see a grandstand finish? And knowing his mischievous side, he would love to maybe eclipse Karter's high break and deprive him of that.
$15. 16.
Quickly, let me tell you, Ding, having lost the opening frame against Mark
23.
Allen to a century, now leads 2-1.
$24.
I think O'Sullivan has grown into this match. The early frames were not as good as some of the ones towards the end of
31.
the first session, put it that way. Now, all the shots are coming out. Well, if you remember a few shots back, the pack were very tightly bunched.
38.
Now the reds are just strewn all over the table.
39. $44. 45.
When Rob Walker speaks to him, he'll probably say he wasn't satisfied
50.
with his performance. Won't be overly enthused,
51.
but deep down, considering the guy in the other chair today, he will be delighted, especially if he can convert this and win 10-2.
Yes, he's come into the tournament cold. It's, I guess, the only disadvantage about being a
55.
1, 2, 3, 4 seed is that you do play somebody who's had a match and always going to be a
56.
really good player in form. But like I say, as the match has gone on, he's got better. Slight mistake there. Very out of character. The cue ball would come under scrutiny. But he
63.
meant to drive the cue ball past the red, not into it. It's a really good recovery shot.
64.
And the brown will be too many. Leave Karter requiring the snooker. Looks like the crowd are going to be entertained by O'Sullivan for less than an hour tonight. Some, of course, would have been here this afternoon. Well, interesting that he took the yellow, because that means Ali Karter can now still win.
66.
Think of players who would have just made sure the brown went in there.
I think the word is
67.
Yeah, probably played it with a view to just taking the cue ball away. And he missed that double into a corner, a rare shot.
Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan, 67.
Could never have seen any of that coming.
Well, Karter, even with the in-off, still requires a snooker. The only good thing for him, O'Sullivan's break did not threaten his highest break of the tournament so far, so he's still in line for a £10,000 bonus for now at least.
Yeah, I mean, 1-4-1 is a good break, but with the talent on show, you know, you wouldn't be counting your money just yet.
But no showboating from O'Sullivan, even in this position of overwhelming superiority. Keeping the match play head on right to the end. And now it is the end. Ali Karter so badly wanted to beat Ronnie O'Sullivan. He never came close, lost the first 7 frames, and in the end, the Rocket roared home